to another stream. I'm currently live on TikTok, and I usually wait for the viewers to fill up there before going live on other platforms. But as you can see, they filled up pretty quickly, so we're here. And I just wanted to give you guys an intro and a motive for you to stick around because this Trump LP, I'm actually LPing both of the Trump coin tokens. The one on Bonk, I am usually more bullish on just because it's a USD1 pair. But also, we're playing the pump one. This one's getting really close to me having to cut this. But I want to show you something. Look how wide my range is. I put 20 Sol in this one, so quite a lot of Solana for my usual sizing. But look at what happened on here. I could have exited here for like a $200 profit, but I didn't. I stayed in, which obviously not really the smartest move now, but even so, look at this, right? I've farmed 6.3 Sol of fees, but I want to show you that this is not always going to be your P&L. A lot of people come in here asking, are your fees your P&L? No. Your fees are extra, but your pool depreciates as price goes down. So you see at the bottom, we're at the bottom of my range, and my P&L is only $27, even though I've farmed 6 Sol in fees, right? So, right, it's not an ideal position to be in, but I'm at the very bottom of my range. This is the lowest I thought I was going to go, and also the lowest point I was willing to be in it before cutting my loss. And it's at the bottom with my 20 Sol, and I'm still technically in profit. Obviously, if it pumps like, I don't know, like 100%, will be chilling so hard. But I just want to show you that, yes, this claimable fees is not always your P&L, but even though it's at the bottom of my range, I'm still in profit. And if I have to cut the loss, if it comes out of my range, I almost cut it earlier. If it comes out of my range, it's going to be basically break even. So you can just see the power of playing this using Meteora. If I buy any of these spots right now, I'd be in a loss. But with Meteora, I'm able to get fees on these up and down movements, and it's gotten to a point where I'm at the very bottom of my range, and I'm still not even in a loss yet. So that is kind of the power, and that is why you should stick around and learn how to use the software. Take off that weak ab vest, bro. Come make me, brains. Just kidding. Bro, it's part of the publicity stunt. What's up, Ghana? Should I buy Sol now, bro? I think that these levels, some people think it's gonna go lower, aka Ghana in the chat, aka Alex, is targeting a lower price for Solana. But I think even at these levels, like in years' time, it's gonna look like the most obvious buy in the world, in my opinion. What platform do you use for Robinhood LPing? I've been using Uniswap. I think is the only one you can use. That's what I've been doing. But if it sucks, Uniswap sucks. Thankfully, we've gotten some pumps on some tokens. Oh, nice. We're above 2,000 again. So, Uniswap UI sucks balls, okay? But even so, the Robinhood tokens right now are doing quite well. And I started this wallet with $1,000 on July 6th of last week. So, actually almost 2 weeks now. And I've kind of been hanging around this number, as you can see, for 1 week. For the past like 5 days, we've kind of been at the same amount, but pretty consistent growth here, and kind of just another reason why you should learn how to LP, because you're able to make money on the up and down movements of a token. Hell no, MLD, if anyone's in the chat, do not use axiomsniper.vip. Gonna steal all your money. Damn, ETH still behind as fuck. Lol. Ethereum is so bad. Here, I'll show you what the UI looks like. Maybe we'll find some new pairs to LP. I think there's some of them that I probably should have gotten out of already. Wallet's been doing really well. This one's almost up 100% in terms of fees. I probably should have recompounded this at this point, but I think I might just be looking for an exit. Arrow was like my main one, and it's kind of retraced. And Hoodrat, I actually got rugged on. Hoodrat is like my one actually red LP. Index, I have a few friends that have absolutely cooked on that one. What was I looking at? Hoodrat. I guess if this was just slop, I might stay in it a little bit just to see if we get a bounce. If it breaks down any more, I'll probably just cut it. But why would I use AxiomSniper.vip? There's no reason for me to use that site. You can just scan for tokens on a million other sites. It just seems like a scammy website. Like maybe it's actually legit, but regardless, I'm not going to refer users to that or viewers to that because I'm not aware of it. And in crypto, it really is it's really not a good idea to try to use a bunch of different protocols. You should really use the ones that you're confident with. How's Jimothy 4 mil? Did you see the narrative behind it, Gunna? I was actually LPing it earlier, and it would have been ideal to play a tighter range on this, but I actually got out of it because, dude, fucking Feb, man. I should have sold it earlier. I was literally gonna sell and rebalance, and I didn't. This is actually getting more volume now. This is a metadata token that Will sent me. He's like, yo, this is launching in 5 minutes. I was like, I don't even know what it is. The print, like he was saying, is pretty underwhelming, but it looks like the volume's actually picking up, so we're gonna try to go a little bit tighter and see what we can do. I know this is like kind of sketch, but we can monitor it and we'll cut it if it goes out of range. Yep, one bad link can wipe your wallet. Where's your car or penthouse? Bro, where's your car? It's outside in the driveway. I'm not massively rich yet, but I do this for a living, so I'm chilling. I have an Audi. No Lambo yet. Bonk is still doing pretty good, Gunna. Bro, look at this, Gunna. I fucking look at this range. Look how close it is to coming out, but I'm still somehow break even. If this pumps, like I'm chilling so hard, but I think if it falls out of range, like I think I just have to cut it. But 6 soul in fees so far. Oh, he said, what is your car? I'll show you. Audi S5 2017. Is this one, except it's not a convertible. I love this car. The headlights on this whip, I saw it when I was like 13, 14 years old. And I thought these headlights were the coolest headlights ever. And I was like, yo, if I get older and I have money, I'm copying this one. And I copped it. It wasn't really that expensive though. I think it was like, I think I got it for like 30K a few years ago. Not an RS5, just an S5. I always wanted an R8. And the R8, like, I don't like the new R8s. I like the 2012 R8s. I like this style way more than the new ones. And maybe we'll still buy this eventually, but it's becoming a little bit more dated. Like, it's still so sick, and I think this design is timeless, and this was going to be the first, like, supercar. I just always loved it. I always loved it. We'll see, though. Again, they're getting, like, more dated as the years come on, but I like them way more than the new ones, personally. Is that the Trump bunk that's almost out of range? I can't really see. No, this is the pump one. Pump one. Let me make sure we're live on X. I think we are. Thank you, Angry Uncle, for the follow. I don't know. The only reason I'm not going to follow you back is because I don't like to follow back, like, token accounts. I'll follow back nearly anyone who follows me on stream, but when it comes to token accounts, it just doesn't look good. Because if someone looks at your profile and sees that I follow you, they might get the impression that I endorse it. And I don't even know if the RR is here for LPing this anymore. Like, the volume is fading again now, and Bro, please, please, please pump this. Like, I will cut the loss. I will cut it. It's not really a loss, but I will cut it. But I really don't want to. And then ANSEM. This is the ANSEM LP, so if you guys are tuning in for that. We're going, like, kind of tight on this one. We made back up for the losses we took when we had to rebalance it when it initially dumped. Maybe right here. I think this is when it initially dumped. The last pool we closed was... Let me see. The last pool we closed was 4.5 soul, and then we took a 5.3 soul loss when we initially rebalanced it. And then this one is up 2.6. So technically we have made up for that loss on the past few days. And I'm still comfortable chilling here. I kind of wanted it to just range in this area because I'm going all spot, and I think it might be not a bad area for a bounce, but of course if it breaks down, we're gonna have to rebalance again and lock in more of a loss. But no news will prob slow bleed. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking, unfortunately. Bro's calling me poor in the chat. I should have gotten out of this earlier, Gunna. I really should have. But we still have some range on it. I think it's fine to stay in it. I just hope it doesn't fade to 0, obviously. Fuck. It's out of range, man. Bro. I could have been up so much on this, man. That's too bad. Difference between this and pocket option? Optimus Crime. Why is that so tough? I think I said that. Bits might have said that last time. And I think I might have commended him. Archeon, what's up, Archeon? I'm doing good, bro. How are you? I know, God, I know. We'll give it this bottom. But the odds of me, oh, come on. We're back in range. We're $13 in range. I appreciate it. I like that. Alright, we're chilling for now. Febu, please be the bottom on Febu. This is just not even worth being in. The volume is non-existent. I think we outie R80. I saw a reel today of some people that bought a warehouse and they opened the fridge and it was stacked with yerba mate, and I was like, I could go for some caffeine today. I went to three different stores to find yerba mate. I ended up at Food Lion. I normally don't drink caffeine, so I'm a little bit more dialed today, even though there's not really much going on. Thankfully, the bonk Trump is still surviving. Bro, if this is the bottom and it rips up, I'll be so happy. Nice music. Thanks, Angry Uncle. What coin? We're LPing both of the Trump tokens right now. We're LPing ANSEM, we're LPing Febu. These are like the main runners, and then we also have some pools running on Robinhood. I should probably be paying attention to more Robinhood runners, but if I'm being real with you, I hate setting up LPs on Robinhood. An index is taking over. Cash Cat is at 62 mil. Tendies is running. I'm not in any of like the major runners on Robinhood. 1 of 1. What do you think of ANSEM? ANSEM is the main focus right now. The focus has faded a little bit from the initial run up. Like it's just been kind of ranging for a while. And ANSEM has attracted a lot of attention to Meteora, which is the platform that I use and teach frequently. And the reason why is because at one point, and I think even still, you see how there's 2 mil in TVL, there's 2 mil of liquidity in the Meteora pool. Almost never does a Meteora, the DLMM, overtake the initial pump swap AMM in terms of liquidity. So A, it was talked about for that reason. B, it was talked about because people have been printing a lot of money LPing this token. And the reason why LPers like this price action more than traders is because traders make money mostly when it just goes straight up. So at this point, in this first initial move, traders or holders are probably sitting way better, right? Because they're just holding and it's appreciating. But when the token or asset finds a local top, like right here, and it starts ranging around, traders are no longer going to have as good of a time because it means you have to be perfect. Maybe some people are buying here and selling here. Yes, you can make money doing that. But it's a lot harder to time those moves. On Meteora, we are providing liquidity and we are getting fees every time it goes up and down within our range. So we're going to check on this again, but every time when it comes down, right? When it comes down, if price comes down, it's going to convert our blue bars, our Solana. You can see I have 0.3 Sol in each of these little bins, we call them. You can think about them as limit orders. So if you take that curve and you rotate it, that's basically what it is on the chart. The blue is going to be right here, right? My Solana, there's going to be 0.3 Sol here, 0.3 Sol here, 0.3 Sol here, 0.3 Sol here. So these are all at different price points. And then above, these purple bars are actually going to be the token. So if it goes up, it's actually going to sell out of my token. If it goes down, it's actually going to buy the token. Every time that happens, we get a little bit of the fees. We get a little bit of the order that comes through. So in this pool, it's a 0.2% pool. So every time it comes down, let's say 0.3 Sol gets converted, you're going to get 0.2% of that value in the token. If it goes up and it sells back out, it converts our tokens back to Solana. We get fees in Solana. So it's very ideal for something like this to happen because we get fees when it comes down, when it goes up, when it goes down, when it goes up. So we're looking to predict a range where the token ranges has volatility and volume. And ANSEM has all of the volume and volatility, but it's going to be tighter because it's such a high market cap token, etc. So this is why on typical tokens, I'm going to go at least like 70% down. On ANSEM, I'm fine with 25% being the bottom of my range because I'm confident it's not going to rug super hard. If it does break out of our range, we are going to be in a loss and we are going to have to rebalance. But that's why I'm going tighter with more size. Like I have 50-ish Sol in that. Let's go, Trump. Let's go. What's up, Razzer? Back from vacay, Razzer? How was it? Can you give out some more info on the wave 1 of the new Meteora thing? I don't know anything about it, really. Unfortunately, everything I've heard is from like other people. So I've heard that it's a linear airdrop from Will. I heard that you're gonna stake your Meteora and part of the protocol fee is going to go back to the something like that. I don't really know much difference. It took me like a whole week to catch up with everything to editing a vid RM. Yeah, it's kind of an odd spot in the market, Raz. Like ANSEM, obviously just LPing ANSEM. The two Trump coins have been like PvPing each other. Basically, the White House released something about a physical Trump coin being produced. So I've been playing both. I was honestly more bullish on the Bonk one because it was a USD 1 pair, but the pump one ran way harder and like I really need it to bounce here. And then Febu is these like 4 tokens are all I'm really paying attention to, and then some of the older pools I'm just getting rugged on, and then um, Robinhood has been doing well. Will is obviously cooking way harder and more locked in, but I should probably find some new tokens on Robinhood LP and Dexbleeda, as you know. Brother, bid, ask, or spot. Typically, by the way, guys, Razor, who's in the X chat, is the one who got me into everything. I didn't learn about Meteor from him. I learned about it from some guy called Ace, but Razor was the first one that really changed my perspective on things. He showed me the one-sided bid ask, which I have now deemed the Razor strat. So what he initially showed me and made YouTube videos about, he was the first one to do the 1 to 100 Solana challenge. So if you I'll pull up his X for you guys in TikTok. But he initially uploaded a YouTube series of 1 to 100 Solana, and that's really what inspired me and allowed me to start this challenge. Just because I saw that it could be done, and I was just motivated. But he was the first one that was kind of like, okay, instead of I was buying tokens and Sol and going like all spot every time, and as soon as he showed the one-sided bid ask is really where it was way easier to become profitable, because you're not buying the token and it's just way easier to manage risk. So on that note, spot or bid ask, typically I'm going to go bid ask, but on something like ANSEM I was bid asking at the beginning, but as it dropped down, I'm more confident that it's not going to like go lower, so I'm going mostly spot here. Still at 250? No, I'm actually down. Been a month not hitting or anything. What are you trying to achieve? More Sol or just profits? Still more Sol. Technically, we're above 250 with my OG Doge allocation, but I also threw away like 30 Sol on some awful play. So technically, the wallet's at like 220 right now. But we're also playing around with Robinhood. This portfolio is up like 100% in a little bit over a week. But we're just chilling. Look at Sagawa. I don't even know who onboarded. I don't even know who onboarded me first. I just know I defo watched some Evil Panda in your streams. Archeon, how's it going for you? Or have you been doing well? Robinhood is just a fad. It will be over in a few weeks. I kind of agree with you. The thing about Robinhood is that the tokens on Robinhood like honestly look pretty healthy right now. A lot of them typically they have more structure than Solana tokens at this point in time. I guess I can pull up some charts. Index, this thing has just been going straight up, so I'm probably not gonna play that right now. But in terms of like wallet, in terms of like stonks, in terms of Hoodrat, I'm in, and I'm actually not in profit on this one, but I'm gonna give it some time. But like you see how these charts, they're sustaining the levels. So okay, going back to the initial point, Robinhood is like the consumer app for stocks. Like without Robinhood, the GameStop squeeze wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying retail users are trading Robinhood tokens, but it has that symbol and it has that like theme to it, where people just believe in Robinhood, right? Because it's so solidified in stocks. So that's why, yes, it probably is a fad, but I think it has more significance than like BNB season or like base season, just because it's new, shiny, and it's branded properly, in my opinion. Oh, you like this one, Filipino? Bro, I lost 500 yesterday. Is there any advice? I just started a couple weeks ago. Just keep watching the stream. Look through my other videos on how to use Meteora. This is how I typically trade and how I have grown this small account. We can go over some other explanations later if more people fill in. Meteor, the only thing I'm relatively consistent positive, would be dead without it money-wise. Now trying it out, 100% of capital. Archeon kind of just gave you his perspective. He's saying Meteor is the only way that he's really consistent, profitable. What do you think of this one? We'll look at it. I love Robinhood, but can't find where all the meme coins are. If you want to just like look through a list, and what I've done to find tokens, like at night sometimes if I'm not on stream and I'm just looking to do research, I use Deck Screener. Some people use like BaseBot to trade them, but I'm LPing, so I don't really need to have instant execution. If you just go to Deck Screener and go to this Robinhood tab on the right, open it, and you can sort by age, you can put in filters, but you can just look through these, and that's not a bad way to find tokens. But maybe we'll get into it later on in stream. We're still just praying that Trump bounces. But again, with Meteor, I went over this at the beginning of the stream. But can you see how I put 20 soul into this curve, right? I put 20 soul into this LP, and I started LPing it all the way up here. I'm at the very bottom, and I'm still in profit. I've earned 6 soul in fees, so this isn't my profit, technically. Like, those are the fees, and I've lost. The pool has depreciated about 6 Solana as well. But you can see how I'm still protected even though it's at the very bottom. And if for some reason, inshallah, this pumps, right, then I'm going to be sitting very, very well. Crime is a farmer. Bro, you're fucking capping. I'm the only one giving real information on this page. Clearly, you have no idea what you're talking about. Deck Screener in 3026, use GMGN. Bro, obviously I'll use GMGN if I'm looking to have instant order flow data. But you know why I use Deck Screener even though it sucks balls? Because I am comfortable. I've been using this since January 2024, and it just makes me comfortable. I like the aesthetic of it, okay? If I'm looking, yes, the order flow on here sucks. You can't see as much. You can't track top holders. But typically, I don't even need to do any of that with my strategy. So, Archeon, let me look at your CA, my bad. Thoughts on Copecat? Jimothy was like the best recent runner we've had. I was LPing it for a little, and then I withdrew it. This isn't bad, to be honest. When I initially saw this clip, I was like, there's probably going to be a token for this. Only problem is, when's the final World Cup game? Sunday? You have to just keep in mind the timing for this. Like, this is probably going to dump post. It might pump, like, if Messi scores, right, this will fucking rip. But it's a little bit sus. You can probably LP it until that time. Back in the day, I would. But I also got rugged doing the Holland token, so I'm probably going to stay away, but I don't mind it. It's not as slop as the other ones. Dare says LARP Sahur. Oh my gosh. I don't even have... Hey, what up, Div? I don't even have the capacity to argue with you. What's up, Malu? How you doing, boss? Bro, Malu has been absolutely cooking on the ANSEM LP. I think, besides like Tux, I think Malu has some of the biggest P&Ls on the ANSEM LPs that I've seen. Jimothy has no business being as high as it is. It's just one of those viral animal tokens. You know what I mean? What's up, Ilsco? Nice to see you here, boss. All these guys jumps into cast calling host farmers and ruggers and can never show proof. I mean, to be fair to him, most of the streamers on here are going to be LARPs, and they are going to be looking to extract from their audience. But I pride myself on being one of the only ones that only provides information. You'll never find me shilling any single token. I try to show you guys my strategy and thought process so you can make your own decisions. I never ever want you guys following me into a trade. What's up, Commissario? All single side. If you played token side, it would have cooked. It would have cooked to the upside, Molu. Jimothy analysis. All right, we'll look at Jimothy. Look, here's Axiom for whoever's saying Deck Screener. To be honest, my friend was saying he saw this last night at 400k, and I actually saw this on like either Instagram or some reel, and I was like, oh, that's actually like kind of funny. It's basically like a genetically mutated raccoon. Like something went wrong in the alleles here, and the raccoon ended up being like I don't know, like Loki like fucked up. Um, it's good, but I think the main move, yeah, like this is the raccoon. It's not bad because it's like a good meme animal, but I don't really know. I'm not blasting it up here. Like fuck that. You could LP it. I was LPing it for a little, but I'm worried about it cracking like another 50%, you know? And I don't know. I don't think like it's not really something that I want a lot of exposure to. Maybe we'll go back in and bid this down like 80%. That might not be a bad idea. Um, you guys saying it's not great. I agree with you, but at the beginning, if you caught it early, like this is probably a token that on the rare case, if I saw it earlier, I would have bought. But it's a little bit too late, in my opinion. Like, it's not peanut level, it's not Mudang level. It's just, but it's something that the trenches like they didn't have anything to make. They didn't have anything like that to buy in a good amount of time. It's another animal token, so that's probably why it's just cooking so hard right now. You like that, Div? You think Brian is going to run back for the base memes? I'm so out of the loop on base memes. I was talking to my friend today. He's like, yeah, apparently, I mean, he's like a new pair trader, and he doesn't really LP, so he's been on Robinhood chain for the past like month or whatever. He said apparently it's base season now, and he's like, let me check Brian, and I don't really know. We can look at it. I actually haven't even looked. Oh, Brian fucking Armstrong, right? Yeah, duh. I'm stupid. I don't know. Like, I'm not buying this right now, personally. Maybe you could LP this. Maybe I could LP this, but 34 million volume is kind of crazy. I'm gonna see in our chat if anyone is LPing this. Is anyone LPing Brian on base? If anyone, it'd be like Will or Dex or something. Base plays are so goated or goofed. Just bought hold cat at 12k. If you full pour at the top, you get a free cardio workout. Top tip. Yeah, I'll raise your heart rate. How long did it take you to learn? Meteora, it took me. I've been trading memes since the very beginning, since like January 2024. Before that, I had bought Pepe on Ethereum, and before that, I was trading stocks and just buying crypto spot. So, I've been trading for a long time at this point, probably like 6 years. But memes only 2 years, and Meteora about over 2 years. 2.5 years on memes, and then 2 years using Meteora. What do you think about RWA? Can you check Run Your Money? It's trademarked from Robinhood on Robinhood chain. RYM is the ticker. Not something I would play right now. It's just too low volume for like if I'm playing something on Robinhood, I'm gonna be LPing it, and this is just too low volume for me to LP. If for some reason it runs back to like 400k and is getting 400k or 500k in volume, maybe I'll play it, but just right now it's not really it for me. If you want to try to bottom snipe it and you know the lore, I guess do you, but I'm not really one to bottom bid stuff right now. I don't know. It looks like there's effort on the X side, but the Porsche Carrera GT. But yeah, LPing seems like poverty stuff. Why don't you just trade normally? Um, can you guess why? Do you have another link to your Telegram group? Linktree tells me group is not available. Yeah, you can. If you screenshot this, if you're able to screenshot this, maybe you're on the computer. You should be able to join that way. Also, I'll leave it here for you to screenshot or print screen, whatever you want to do. But also, if you want to join the group, oh, I guess they changed it back to t.me. Just DM me personally if you want, and I'll send you a link. Okay, where do you find this? Says LPing seems like poverty stuff. Why don't you just trade normally? That's an absolute poverty mindset to be in. Because if you're just okay, let me give you an example. If you are just LPing, if you're just holding ANSEM, right here, you're not gaining anything. Like, even if you bought like at a decent average, let's say here, there's nothing going, you're not generating anything by just holding the token. You're just in a loss. So when you're LPing, there's no reason, in my opinion, to hold a token and not be LPing it. Like, you can do both. Like, if you want to hold the token, if you're in from an early average, that's fine. But you have to understand that when you're holding a token, you benefit nothing by it going down at all. And what do meme coins do? They typically don't go up in a straight line. So if a token finds a sideways range, you are able to profit off of the up and down movements. Instead of just being, you have to be directionally correct in just making money from token appreciation. Instead, you actually make money by it bouncing around in your range. Does that make sense? I don't know, but I would just be looking for more risk once you build your port. Yeah, but you never buy coins low. So you're aware of who I am. I don't have to buy coins low because I don't sit on MemeScope for 12 hours a day. I have a social media account to build, right? So most of my time per day is actually dedicated to that now. But again, sorry for being defensive, but I'm just trying to explain to people, even if you are a good meme coin trader, a lot of people who have massive P&Ls still don't know how this works. And there's absolutely no reason that you shouldn't be using this tool in tandem with your trading. Because let me show you something, right? Let's say you have ANSEM from fucking early, right? And then you top ticket and you get out here, right? Yes, you can wait and try to find a better average, right? Like, theoretically, you could be the best trader in the world and snipe it here and then sell here, right? And then buy here and then sell here. But you have to be very precise doing that. If you're LPing this entire range, then you don't have to be perfect with your entries and exits. Instead, you will just cook constantly by the fees going up and down, right? So, example, you buy early, you sell here, you take that profit, you rebid this using Meteora, and now you just don't have to worry as much. You can sleep on it, you don't have to stress. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see how you're going to make 100Ks not buying the coins and holding. You want me to show you something, bro? Like, look at that P&L from LPing. Like, thank you, Joe. Levi, is this a good buy point? I think I was kind of warned about Levi. Levi was like always slapped to me from the beginning. How do you set up an LP, and is it worth doing for coins in the 500K range? You follow me on X? I got you. I'll follow you back. Bro, Tux, who is obviously a bigger whale than I, or a whale period. Bro, he LP'd with 300K and made 30%. Like, in 7 hours. And the reason why this is ideal is because on something like ANSEM, if you have a big bankroll, you can LP this and not be scared of the token going to zero. Like, you are actually benefiting the market by doing this. You know what I'm saying? I got you, Bits. I'll follow you guys back. I assume you guys are from the TikTok. Anshu, I don't know if you get the follow, Anshu. Do you see what I'm saying? Where'd you find this? Are you following me here because my tick is way bigger than my X? I guess I'll follow. I typically don't hand out the TikTok follows, but I'm in a good mood, so I got you. Can you bring me up? I've got some hot trading tips to share. Probably not, just because these streams are usually just focused on how to trade meme coins using Meteora, unfortunately. And this thing wicked. Holy fuck. Is this even real? This song, bro. No thanks. Okay, it actually didn't wick. But you can see how, another reason, I've already gone over this like twice on the stream, but I was bidding this with 20 soul, and the way I stacked it was a bid-ask curve, okay? So most of my liquidity is going to be towards the bottom of my range, like down here, right? This is like where my soul limit orders are, and then up here, if you think about it, I was bidding with like really, really small amounts. So it protects my average buy, and if any trader was trying to trade this, they would all be in a loss. From this point on, they would all be in a loss. But LPing this, I am obviously not in a good spot here. But it's at the very bottom of my range. I'm almost about to cut this, and I am break even. And I've made 6 soul in fees, right? So if it pumps from here, I'm chilling hard. But if I cut it, like, no skin off my back, it's not even a loss. Do you see how that works, though? Bro. Ahmed, are you still here? Do you want me to show you how to set up an LP? Yes, yes, yes. Sorry. 500k. I like 2 or 3 months ago, I was LPing a lot more sub 1 mil tokens. And actually, this is sub 500k, so technically I'm in this. Yes, you can. And LPing something that is sub 500k, you're going to get more fees, right? On ANSEM, I typically don't like to LP big names. The reason why we're still LPing ANSEM is because it's still getting tons of volume per day, right? And just has the volatility. Everything's there. But on the lower market cap you go, typically the higher the fees are going to be. So if you're super early on something and you're some of the only money in the LP, you get the largest share of the fees coming from that. What's up, Berlin? Sir, can you slide 3 soul? Nope. Could you use Meowpin as an example? Currently have 2% of that, so wondering. So if you have 2% of the token, you're probably looking to set up sell-side liquidity, which is a way to sell out more discreetly. Meowpin. To be honest, I should have known you were joking, but people come in here legit asking. Actually, not bad looking token, bro. So let's see if there's currently a pool made on this. So if you want to set up, I'll try to walk you through. So obviously you grab the CA, go to Meteora, you're gonna paste the CA, and there is a few pools made. I typically LP with Sol. You can do USDC, but you kind of want to look at the TVL typically. You typically want to join the pool with the most TVL. So TVL just means total value locked. It means how much money is in the pool. So in the middle, right, this is going to have the most TVL. You click this, and now you can provide either buy-side liquidity, or if you have a ton of the tokens, like let's say I have a ton of the tokens. Let's say I have 10 mil tokens. I probably wouldn't put in your whole supply here because it is going to suppress the price. It's going to be harder for the price to go up if you set up a ton of sell side liquidity, because these are essentially just sell limit orders. So it's going to be harder for buys. It's going to be harder for people aping in to move the price, because it's just going to be moving the pump AMM, but also it's going to have another layer of this suppressing. So you can do this. It's going to not clip the chart as hard. Like if you sold your whole supply, you would nuke it, right? This is going to be a more discreet way to sell out. If you want to go two-sided and maybe provide both buy-side and sell-side liquidity, you could do that, which is not a bad idea. So let me look and see what you've been saying. Ahmed says Meowpin. Ahmed, are you looking to also provide a buy-side liquidity? Why are you wearing a vest? It's just part of the gag here. Part of the crime brand. You know how it goes. Bro, Prime, did you not hear what I said, unfortunately? Probability of making 0.5 SOL a day doing this. It depends on your size. I think I've probably been averaging like 2 SOL a day, but I've been throwing around a little bit more size recently. I don't know. It's never really good to think about making money, making a certain amount of money per day. I mean, just like this typically isn't going to be life-changing money for most of you, but it should show you how to grow a small account, which is really the most important thing when you're just learning to trade. So single side LP if I want to exit without hurting the chart, two side LP if I think it'll range. So single side LP, your single side LP is not going to nuke the chart, but it's going to suppress it. You know what I mean? Two side LP if I think it'll range. If you think that, yes, if you think it'll range, then I would go two side because obviously you can only provide sell side liquidity above the current price, right? And buy side liquidity is going to be under current price. So if you want to try to just make the token, so what LPing does is it makes the price more stable. It makes buys and sells less impactful in the chart. So if you just provide sell side liquidity, like right up here, then it's going to kind of create a ceiling. Like the buys are just not going to move the chart up as much. If you provide an equal amount of buy side liquidity, it's gonna make the chart act better because the same amount of sells are also gonna not move the chart as much. You see what I mean? Again, you don't have to do that, but if you think that this token is going to survive, then yes, I would buy. And if you're looking to rebid it at all, I would provide buy side liquidity. Now, Ahmed, do you want me to show you how I would do it? Yeah, baby boy, it is. This is a less stressful way. This is a way less stressful way to trade. Way less stressful. Okay, so I am going to just I'm just gonna like show you with a really small amount. So let's say I have your supply here. We're gonna just simulate it with 0.01. Okay, so we have our tokens. If you don't want to rail the chart right now, what I would do. Okay, first thing you want to do is kind of predict where you think the top of the token is going to go. It's at 464k. So if you think it's going to go up to 1 mil, then set up your range like 100% up. Okay. So let's say you think it's going to go up to 800k or something. 800k is going to be the last part you sell out. So if you set this up and the token comes up, at this point, you're going to have sold out of all of your tokens. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it's another way to sell out and also earn fees. So what I would do, if I were you, is I would split and go like half and half. I would go half and half spot and bid ask. Because let's say I'm putting in 800 of the tokens. Like this. Okay, so this is going to be your sell side pool. Bid ask is going to make it so you sell out more of your tokens at a higher price. This is going to be beneficial if it appreciates all the way through your range, because instead of selling out of a bunch of tokens like right here, you're going to sell out more of an average up here. So like these are all like essentially just limit orders, right? Ascending. So with that being said, spot is going to be you're selling out an equal amount all the way up. So if you think it has a good chance of pumping higher, I would go more bid ask because A, it's not going to provide as much. It's not going to have a ceiling. It's not going to provide issues with the price moving up as much right now. And if volume comes in, it'll eat more and it will be better. So I would go half bid ask, right? Deposit half of your tokens like this. Make sure autofill is disabled for now. Now that you have this open, you can go down to the current pool and deposit the rest of your tokens spot. Okay, make sure you have spot selected here. So what this is going to do is it's now like a hybrid. It's half and half bid ask, half and half spot. So you're getting the benefits of the fee generation down here, and you're selling out more down here, but you're also having some of the bid ask, so your average is good if it pumps. Now that you have your sell side pool created, you can go over here, and we're going to still do 0.1. So now, if you want to set the buy side, this is where you deposit your Solana. So now you're going to try to choose the bottom. You're going to try to choose the bottom of the bottom of the chart where you think it's going to go to. So if you think it shouldn't go below like this support line, then make your range like a little bit below. So minus 70%, or if you want to go riskier and going minus 50% is usually pretty sketch for me, because as we all know, tokens can range down. But anyways, you just decide where the bottom of it is, and I would just do the same thing. I would go 50% bid ask, 50% spot. So if you want me to simulate it again, it doesn't matter which one you open first. You can do spot or bid ask, but then you go over here and then you layer on the rest of your liquidity. So now, even though there's two different pools, and you can organize it like this, like you can do autofill, which is just going to create a two-sided pool, you know what I mean? It's going to autofill the token and this, but I like to make two separate positions because sometimes you want to edit this. So now that I've created this pool, you see how it's gone up a little bit in price. It's now sold out of a little bit of my tokens to Solana. So as this goes up, you earn fees and you will sell out. Sorry, I know that was really long-winded. That is me, TradFi Nightmare. That is me. I still have it. And you do this with your entire bag, or do you LP some and keep some spot? I wouldn't throw all. If you have 2% of this token, I wouldn't throw it all in the DLMM, because at some point you still might want to clip it out. And like at any point you can just withdraw and sell if like you're uncomfortable, if it's dumping and you want to take risk off. You can just withdraw and like sell your tokens. But let's look at the current LP. There's not that much money in here, so like I wouldn't put in like 3K of sell side liquidity. You could put in maybe like $1,000. I don't know how much 2% of this token is, but like maybe 1,000 worth of the token just to test it out. Or if you want to go less just to see like how it works, feel free to do that. But I would try to put some in just to see how it works. You know what I mean? So you have to have tokens of the coin to do this. No, this is a very, very special case where Ahmed in the chat has the token. 2% is like 9K. I don't know then. Like, I don't know. It really depends on how confident you are of the token. Like me, I probably would have been like clipping out anyways. Like with that much of the supply, I wouldn't trust it all in the DLMM by any means unless you're confident it's going to like 1 mil. You know what I mean? So try it with like $1,000 or something just to see how it works. Crime, would you recommend bid ask for beginners, then spot and curve? Yes, 100% bid ask at the beginning, 100%. Oh, thank goodness this isn't actually cracking entirely hard. GMet RJ. Market thriving. It's not bad. But Ahmed, also, like, I don't recommend you do this, okay? But if you wanted to get out, like, silently, what you could do is, if you wanted to get out silently, you could put your supply in here. And, like, if you wanted to just, like, get out, like, instantly, you can make your range this tight. And it's going to be really, really hard for price to come through. But basically, you can exit silently without clipping on the chart if you go, like, really, really tight. And if price pumps up and it somehow converts all of your tokens to Solana, like, that's a way to get out without, A, wrecking the chart and B, without showing up on the tape. Mason White. What's up, Mason? Great way to get out when the chart pumps. Damn, Molu's on kick. I was giving some black magic about entering or exiting silently. I've never personally exited like that, but in theory it is possible. But yeah, you would need, like, obviously if you have 9k of tokens, you would need at least like 10k of buy, or even more of buy pressure to come through. But you could do it. All right, I'm done with that example. I'm on the Zoomer crypto radio right now. Malu, I've been in this for this entire rundown, and somehow I'm in profit with this little sliver of range left. It actually came out a little bit, but if I somehow nail the bottom here, I will be ecstatic. And I've been going like really tight, Mulder. I don't know how tight you've been going, but like recently, that one day it dumped, I was like tight and had to rebalance, and then I just rebalanced like lower and kind of have made it back. I guess I have made it back now, but I don't really know the entire optimal way. Like, this is obviously a really tight range, and I'm just going all spot at this point. I think in this loss that this loss that I took, I was like all bid ask, and when I rebalanced it, but that's about it. Reminds me of the heart attack strat. I abused that. GM Andre. My heart attack is just like bidding it with a ton of spot. Does Meteor work on Robinhood as well? If I have 1 soul, can I LP? What's up, YF? Yes, you can definitely LP with 1 soul. I actually started this wallet with 1.5 almost 2 years ago at this point. Oh my gosh, all the lads are in the chat. It's been a while. That's crazy to say 2 years since I've been on the same damn wallet, but does Meteor work on Robinhood? You have to use Uniswap on Robinhood, which sucks balls to use. Like, it's the worst software. If you've been using Meteor, when you go to Uniswap, you're gonna wonder what they are doing because the user experience is so bad. But yeah, I have been LPing on Robinhood just because the tokens are popular and have been getting volume, but it sucks to use. And it's not as customizable. But yeah, Uniswap is technically the Meteora of Robinhood. I don't think there's any other LP software on it. What's up, Vinny? Cold Jank, Mace, and Andre are all in the chat. That's crazy. All the lads are here. All the IRL lads. I usually open one dynamic position. What's the benefit of having multiple like you have on ANSEM? I usually open one dynamic position. What do you mean, Malu? Like, are you talking about the history? I only have one position on ANSEM right now. It's only this one. The history was just the ones that wait, this isn't even ANSEM. I'm brain dead. This is the only position I have on ANSEM. Yeah. And it's just the history. Can I use AI for this LP? Liquelli. Is that just a token that's being shilled? Dang, I didn't even see in bits sent gifts. Thank you, in bits, if you're still here. Bro, this is Lang's favorite song, by the way. Thank you, in bits. I didn't see that. I sent him and they bang shit. We'll see what Jimothy is doing. Like, maybe we bid this, but like maybe it has a Joshua type thing where it survives for a while, but I don't know. If there's another spotting, it'll go higher, but like you have to count on that. I don't know. It's probably a safe bid just because it's at 4 mil, and you could probably just send like minus 80, minus 85%, and it'll be fine, but might as well try it. There's nothing really else to do. Bro, Meteora, the only change for Meteora is to not have the line glitching when you move it. I figured out a fix for it though. If that happens to you, just click the middle line, it'll reset it. So we said minus 81. I think I might even go minus 85 just to be safe. What is your budget now? How Soul have got? Currently the wall is at like 220-ish Soul. Technically with the OG Doge allocation, I think we are at like 260, but I don't like to consider that. I threw a ton of Soul away like 3 weeks ago, and so I'm just trying to come back to that level, just DLMMing, and then when OG Doge pumps, we can clip that and then be at way higher amounts. I've seen people open multiple positions. I'm guessing they're using tight bins and just averaging down. Yeah, I was going pretty tight, to be honest. Like, one thing also I would add to Meteora UI is that on the previous history, if you click it, like it'll show you your range and where you got in and out. I think that would be like a super cool feature, especially for like streaming and education. Yeah, I think that would help a lot. Maybe they'll be able to put it in. I think my previous range, Molu, I don't even remember, man. I'm trying to look. I think I don't remember. All I know is that I had to rebalance on this candle, and I locked in a good amount. So the bottom of my range, yes. So I think I initially rebalanced like right here, and then this is where I cooked really hard, sold out, and then rebid it like right here, and then as it came down, I cut the loss, or I rebalanced. But I've been going pretty tight. I just feel like I don't remember how much I was LPing with at the beginning, but now we're throwing in like 50 soul, which is a lot for this wallet and for me in general. And I've just been trying to go tight and abuse the fees, but you do options. I made a 150% return on Apple today. I don't trade options currently. I know how they work though, and have traded them in the past. Actually, the first ever trading I ever did was back in 2020, or 2021-ish. That's when I first started trading stocks. I had a job. I put in money. I put in $1,000, and I was trading small caps back then. And I think I grew the I was gonna say wallet. I grew the portfolio from 1,000 to 4,000 in 1 year. Like I said, I was trading breakouts on small cap stocks, and then the spring of the next year, 2022, is when those plays like stopped existing, and I was getting bored, and I started trading SPY options, and I blew that account to 0. So 1,000 to 4,000, and then blew it to 0 on the very first account I ever had. And also, I had a PLTR call back in PLTR call I bought at the beginning of 2023, and I think it was like a year leap or a 2-year leap on it, and I sold it for like 100% like a few months later. And if I just held, I would have made like 5,000 or 6,000% on it. So that was probably one of the biggest fumbles. I've had so many fumbles in my life, actually. I can't even say that. But one of the early fumbles was selling that PLTR call too early. What's the best meme coin to buy with $20? Cannot give you the answer to that. A ton of liquidity right now. A few days ago, you could have 10% daily, 10 to 5% liquidity. Really, Molu? I actually haven't even really been tracking the daily returns. That's interesting though. I feel like yesterday it actually printed kind of hard just because of all the volume here. Crime, do you set alerts on your position? If yes, can you show when you get a chance, por favor? I don't set alerts, really. I use LP agent for some reason. It doesn't show up on my wall anymore. I use Fabric to track if I'm mobile. You can go to portfolio, enter your wallet. Also, I'm gonna shout out Michael Zogot because I just started using it this week. I meant to use it earlier. But Michael has created a Telegram bot that alerts you when your positions are near the bottom. And that is like huge. There used to be something like that on Meteora. Maybe there still is. But I like his bot a lot. I'm trying to figure out DLMM alert. So DLMM alert on X, DLMM alert, and then you can go ahead. He has a video on how to set it up, or like a walkthrough on how to set it up. Do you use Hawkfly at all? I don't use it as much as I probably should. Hawkfly is very ideal for tokens that you want to go tight on, that you don't have the time or attention span to continually rebalance. So Hawkfly is really good in my opinion for tokens that are like pumping up, and you want to keep staying in range because it'll automatically do that, and if it comes down it'll actually sell. Maybe this isn't exactly how the mechanism works, but it'll rebalance your tokens to the bottom as it goes down. So if there's something you're like really confident on, or something with high volume that's pumping, like the last time I used Hawkfly was on Penguin, actually. ANSEM, on the initial ANSEM pump, probably would have been a decent idea to use Hawkfly. I know Will uses Hawkfly for some of the sketchy tokens that stay in tight ranges, but yeah, they had a dude sell 2 mil in ANSEM. Damn, really? Is that what that huge Redwick was? Agreed, RJ. Agreed. They used to have something like that. They used to have, like, I forget what it's called, but they used to have some Telegram bot. But now, Michael's bot, I've been using it the past week, has actually worked out very well. Do I copy trade? Nope. Alright, it's 4:30. I'm probably gonna head off soon. What's up, Potato? How you doing, boss? He caught me at the end of the stream. I have to use the bathroom, and we've been on for a while. Mythical, check out this Trump pool. I'm somehow up 0.7 soul on this pool with it being a sliver. And I think I am just gonna have to cut the loss. It's not really gonna be a loss, but I think I'm just gonna cut it if it goes out of range, but this is kind of absurd. Very good fee generation though. It's been a while that a token has been at the very bottom of my range and I've been break even or in profit. Thanks, Molu. What time zone am I? EST. Yo, bro, I just got the hang of meme coin training, but I have like 0.012 soul. Is it enough? 0.012 soul is going to be nearly impossible to grow. You don't need a lot, but like I'd say 0.3 or 0.4, especially if you're using Meteora. Even if you're using Axiom with that much, like you're going to get cooked on fees. I really feel like trading, but I have no capital. I would try to save up a little bit more. Learn how to use Meteora to start is my advice to you. Tune into the streams. Look at more Meteora LP Army resources on Twitter. And that's, I think, is going to be the best way for you to be prepared to trade. Look at Jimothy pumping. Kind of absurd, honestly. But it's just the first ammo runner we've had. I think people are just excited about it. So please, can these Trump coins go up? I know it's reaching the end of relevance for them, but it'd be very ideal for me. All right, I'm heading out, guys. I have to go to the bathroom and do some stuff, but I will see you tonight, and that will probably be in 7 to 8 hours. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for interacting. It makes it way more fun. RJ, Molu, Archeon, love you guys. Thank you for being here. In Bits, thank you for being here. Mythical, thank you. Even though you just tuned in. Berlin, Goated as always. Thank you guys for being here. I will see y'all later. Peace.